myself Vedangi and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So guys, my today's topic for the discussion is hacking laws in India. So the Information and Technology Act 2000 covers all the types of cyber crimes including hacking, and hacking earlier used to refer to a crime under section 43 of the IT Act 2000, but at the same time there was a discussion that ethical hacking, or it is which is also known as white collar hacking, is considered to be a legal hacking. Also, ethical hacking is taught by various professions and teachers in various colleges and schools. So there was a need that was felt to differentiate between good hacking and bad hacking. So under the amendment that was made in the IT Act in 2008, so the word hacker was removed from the act. The reason for the same was that something should not be taught in the schools and colleges that is considered to be illegal. So that's the reason why this word was removed from the act, and therefore the amendment rephrased section 66 and section 43 of the IT Act by removing the word hacking from the act. Now talking about hacking in our country, so there have been like numerous hacking attacks on the Indian government websites, where state government website or even the defense websites have been hacked. And also sometime back the principal controller of defense accounts website was hacked, due to which the officials were not able to access their salaries. So the government, in order to reduce the number of crimes of hacking, they agreed to the proposal of DT, that was the Department of Information and Technology, so as to safeguard the data, and therefore they also sanctioned a budget of rupees 100 crore for the same. So the website of Maharashtra government was even hacked, and till now the hackers are not traceable. Also, there have been several professional hackers in our country who have taken huge amount for the same so as to hack the data. And Amit Tiwari, he was a global hacker, and he has hacked even more than 950 accounts since 2003, and he was arrested in 2014. And this shows the lack of evidence and the difficulty in order to access the offender and to arrest an offender for hacking. Now, what is the difference between hacker and cracker? So there is a thin line difference between hacker and cracker. Hackers are those people who are very good at computer programming, and they use their skills in a constructive way to help the government and various other governmental officials and organizations to protect their important information and company secrets, while the cracker is the one who intentionally breaks into the computer program of others without having the authority of the same, and he has a malicious intention to harm the network security. Although people sometimes use these terms and they are often confused with these terms, they think that these terms are like similar to each other, and these terms are also used interchangeably, but there is a sort of difference between these two. Now talking about the essentials of hacking under section 66, so the first essential is intention, that whoever with malicious intention breaks into the computer of other person so as to steal the data or to destroy the data, he has a wrong intention, a malicious intention, and even a wrongful act or damage to or causing a damage to the data or trying to diminish the value of the data will be covered under the offense of hacking. Now there are certain laws that have been made on hacking in our country. So section 43 and section 66 of the IT Act, they cover the civil and the criminal offenses of data theft and the hacking respectively. So under section 43, a simple civil offense where a person without even the permission of the owner, he accesses the computer and he extracts any data or tries to damage that data contained within that, will come under the civil liability. Although he shall be liable for paying the compensation for the same to the affected people. And under the Information Technology Act 2000, the maximum cap for compensation earlier was fixed up to rupees 1 crore. However, in the amendment that was made in the year 2008, the ceiling was removed and section 43A was added in the IT Amendment Act in 2008, so as to include corporate shed where the employees steal the information from the secret files of the company. Talking about section 66B, so it covers the punishment for receiving stolen computer resource or information, and the punishment for the same includes imprisonment for 3 years and the fine of rupees 1 lakh for both. Mens rea is also an essential ingredient of section 66A, and also the intention and having the knowledge to cause wrongful loss to other person is also a major essential of hacking. Now talking about the jurisdiction of the case of cyber law, so it is mostly disputed. Like cyber crime does not happen in a particular territory, it is geographical offense, it is widely spread all over the world, and it gets very difficult to determine the jurisdiction under which the case should be filed. Also, suppose a person who works from multiple places and his data gets stolen from a city where he resides while he is working from some other city, so there will be a question and a dispute as to from where he should file the complaint. Now, how to file a complaint for hacking? So a complaint where the person's data has been stolen or his account has been hacked, so he can file the complaint for the same at any global cyber cell. Also, there are various cyber cells in our country, so the complaint can be filed in any of the same. Also, first of all, he needs to file an application to the head of the cyber cell department, and the complaint should contain his name, the address, the email address, and also the telephone number. Also, he needs to submit some of documents like server logs, the hard copy of the material that has been defected, and a hard copy of the original web pages. Also, he needs to mention the details of the control mechanism and the details of any of the suspects. Now, talking about the conclusion part, so we can conclude that there is no doubt that hacking is basically a serious threat to the virtual world. Also, not many people in our country are aware of the offense of hacking, so there needs to be more of awareness in our country regarding hacking, and the laws that are made by the government are stringent, but it lacks a bit of enforceability and awareness among the people. Also, most of the minor crimes of hacking, they go unnoticed because people don't file them as they feel that it is sort of petty crime, it doesn't need to get filed. So even though there is harsh punishment for them also it is very difficult to track a virtual hacker due to lack of equipment. And since hacking can happen anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, so it becomes difficult for the police to track the hacker and to track the jurisdiction. So the punishment needs to be more harsh so as to prevent such sort of offenses of hacking, and so as to prevent the people from indulging in such acts. So guys, that's all about my discussion on this particular topic. I hope you all liked my video. If you guys have any doubt with regard to this video, then you can comment in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Lex Click. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye.